Oh, here we are! Live at the Queen's Head.
Wow,
What a setup this is. Oh, and a massive show coming up, of course.
big crowd, Jim.
Lob it, gather round and get ready for this unbelievable weekend of footy. About to talk to Nick Riewoldt. Does he look good? Have a look at Rui. He is set to go. The girls get a bit of eye candy. Yes. Normally I provide that, but I'm happy to come second. Who booed then? Yeah. We're two Collingwood knobs. All right. That's coming up. And then Mark Ricciuto, the mayor of this town. Nick Riewoldt is coming in.
Yep.
Pete Malinauskas, the superstar premier. Can't wait for him.
Premier Roo.
Thank you. And then the quiz and a joke and all the things that you get to enjoy. Yes. And now, Fat, you rolled in about 7 minutes ago.
I know. I got caught in the Burnley tunnel.
Oh, yeah. Where have you been?
I've been out on the piss. No, I haven't. I have not. I went to another pub, actually, very nice pub called the
Aqaba. Don't mention it here.
Aqaba. No, it's not as good as
beautiful
this.
As the Queen's Head.
Exactly. Yep. But I just had to go there for a charity luncheon that helps
charity
luncheon.
That's it.
And that was nice there. Actually, a big discussion on concussion, which was very
good. Discussion on concussion. Right. Did you mean to say that?
No. With a Russian doctor.
Russian doctor.
What?
Well, it's all real rhyme and slang.
Oh, God, what is happening?
Hey, but we must thank our main host here. Where's
Tone? He's at the back there, Tone. Yes, the legend, there he is.
Yes, Tone.
What a superstar he is, Tone. Of course, not only the Queen's Head, but Sunday the Bath.
Oh.
Down the parade, of course, the Food and Wine Festival. So make sure you head into the Bath and enjoy yourself there. That is also a magnificent establishment. Hello to you, Ryan. It got through his hands. Kaiser, a dribbler. Casey, have a go at Casey. And then he's doing his own special celebration, pointing at his own head.
He's doing a forward.
What the hell's going on? The Kaiser.
Now, 200 metres away. Hopefully he does it again tonight.
He will. No doubt he will, Kaiser.
Against the Cats, Bill.
Made for this stage. To Nick Riewoldt in just a sec. But...
Yes.
SA Tourism.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much.
Where are our great friends from SA Tourism?
Yes, where they are.
There they are.
At the bar.
Beautiful. Thanks for having us. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
all of your amazing support with this particular event and also getting us over here. So we appreciate that enormously. All right, Nick Riewoldt. I'm not even going to begin to roll out the resume of this man. 45 All-Australians. Best leading goal kicker for the Saints about 18 times.
Yep.
And, of course, now making a magnificent fist of analysing the game, television shows, and on 7 Sport. Hello to you, Rui.
Hello, James. Hello, Rabsy, Billy.
Yes.
There you go. That's a bit more like it. Great to be here. My first gather round.
Oh, is it really?
So, yes.
Well, you've been in the States.
Been in the States the last couple of years, so getting a first run at it. How magnificent.
Oh, mate.
Unbelievable.
This is the place to be.
It is. Absolutely.
How many games you got on this weekend, Rui?
Just the one for me. Just the one. Yeah. So, but we've been here for Mick in the morning, of course, with Triple M for the week. So
how's that going? The breakfast.
It's going really well. Basically, I've figured out that I've just been hired to keep Mick Malloy in check, keep him in line.
How's that going?
I'm struggling. It's not a one man job, but it's been a blast. I mean, he's a funny man.
He is.
So I roll out at 9:30 in the morning. We've got the show in the can, and I get on the phone and speak to my wife on the way home, and basically I just say I am paid to laugh for 3 hours. Because that's all I do, because he is hysterical.
So tell me what sort of Nick was he in this morning? Because I understand the front bar boys had a late one.
This morning he was better today than he was yesterday. He was better today than he was yesterday.
Wow.
But tomorrow morning, it could be. And he puts it out there. He just says, I'm a chance to not show up.
Yes.
So he's pretty upfront about it.
Yeah.
Hey, what about your Saint boys? Where's this come from? What's the magic potion that Roscoe's got there?
It's just him. It's just magical Rossi. I mean, he's always had a great ability to wring the cloth out and just extract maximum value out of a group, and he's done it with a group that really have no right to be competing the way they do. They don't have much through the middle of the ground. Max King hasn't been playing, but they're up against it this week. Hopefully Jack Higgins makes it to the line.
Yes.
Hopefully he actually makes it onto the field this week. He's been holed up in his hotel room all week.
What was he thinking? I know he doesn't do a lot of thinking, Higo, but what was he thinking?
Well, if you cast him, he did have that brain operation a few years
ago.
So I just wonder whether, I don't know, there might be
insulting to the magnificent town of Adelaide and the great people here.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a good boy. He's been playing really good footy, but
bloody oath he is.
he just didn't quite think that one through, because Adelaide's a magnificent city.
It is.
Magnificent city.
So one game and then what are you doing?
One game and
Home?
I'm out. I'm out tomorrow. I'm out. Yeah.
You're missing the best bit.
I know, and I was on the Sunday game, the Port Adelaide Hawthorn game, but then Hodgie and I've stepped into Hodgie's role for tonight, and then Hodgie's doing the Sunday game because obviously it's Kane and it's Hodgie, Port Adelaide and Hawthorn, Ken and Ginnivan, so they're trying to brew that rivalry.
So what
right
happens on a Thursday night? Because you've got yourself,
Yep.
you've got Kane,
Yep.
and you've got Hodgie.
Yep.
That's a lot of bulls in the one paddock.
Well, then you've got Hamish McLaughlin and you've got Brian Taylor.
Brian.
There's a lot of egos in the room.
How are you coping?
Well, I'm the rookie essentially at Channel 7 because I've been gone for 3 years. Before that, I was not at 7. I was with the other mob.
Yep.
So, yeah, look, I just kind of sit there and wait for a bit of clean air and sort of provide a little bit of commentary when I can get in.
Kane's opinions.
He's got a few.
He's got a lot. How do
Got
you
a
go
lot.
with him?
Well, I'm in a really fortunate position because we've got the footy games and then we've got the show on Monday night, and pretty much I can just take the contrary view to Kane,
Yes.
and it's going to be the popular one because
Well done.
he smashes everyone, he fires bullets. And well done to Kane because he's created a bit of a niche for himself, but it'd wear me out. I couldn't have that many enemies. I like to be liked by people.
We
Bill.
do.
We all like to be liked, and Kane isn't liked by many. But he's done a good job. He fires hard.
Now, your nickname is?
Roo.
We got the great Roo, Mark Ricciuto, coming in.
Yep.
Are you a bigger Roo than Roo?
Well, clearly not here.
Oh,
Clearly not here.
you were just saying how you're a lot bigger and a better player.
Well, it's bullshit to be fair. I've actually, because Mick Malloy's brother is called
Yes,
Roo.
he's also Roo.
So I've been third. I'm
Roo.
I'm just on the podium as far as Roos go this week.
Why were you called Roo?
Well, I don't know, Riewoldt, it just happened. It just kind of happened. I don't know. Someone called me Roo. I was young and I was playing at Southport.
Right.
And, they just called me kind of like mini Roo. Like it was just, I don't know. Someone just went with it and it stuck. And it just stuck.
It's not a great explanation, is it?
Well, it's better than bins.
What, you also got other nicknames, Nick?
What? Yeah, go on.
Well,
What, Bill?
oh, there. He's spitting. See? An alpaca. He just spat on me.
You're the only one that
I
goes
know.
with that.
Only one.
That hasn't stuck, has it? Do you reckon he looks like an alpaca?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go, Roo.
I appreciate it.
Really, anyone thinks that, Fat. That's yours and yours alone.
Who's going to win tonight, by the way? Big game.
Yeah, it
Any
is
Cat supporters in the house? Oh, we're going. Yep.
going well.
Who's going to
What
win?
about Crow supporters?
Oh, yeah, lots of them.
Lots of them. I love what the Crows have done. We probably thought it was going to come a year or two ago, but particularly up forward, they got firepower everywhere. I did a pre-record with Riley Thilthorpe the other week. Fair dinkum. He
big?
is a brick shit house. He is a massive unit. I mean, we're key forward size back in the day. So the 193
Well, Fat's not really.
not anymore. But he's fair dinkum one of the biggest men I've ever stood next to.
And with that beard, he looks like a
does.
caveman.
He's menacing. So I love what the Crows do in front of the footy. They're having a crack. They're scoring. So I reckon they'll kick the week off in style tonight.
Did you have the Premiership Cup in this morning?
We
you?
did. Yep.
What was that like?
Traumatic.
Well,
Traumatic. No, genuinely, I felt a little bit awkward. I didn't even feel like I could touch it. So I appreciate
Don't
it.
say
There's seven losing between the two of them.
Well, one drawn.
One draw.
Well, that means you didn't win.
That's right.
You're right, but you're too scared to touch it. I don't touch it.
Do you feel a bit
No,
weird
no,
about it?
I don't touch it. I can't touch it.
Yeah.
We don't deserve to touch it because we haven't won one.
No, that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
It's you walk around with it.
At
And
least Rui did something in a grand final. He nearly got him to the line.
What did he do?
Had very good games of football, from my memory,
Well,
Rui.
two of them were all right. One of them was no good. But none of us played good.
You don't have to own up to any of them.
One of them. Two of them were all right.
Me and Ablett were all right. There was just the other
How many did you and Ablett kick between you?
in 89, I think 11.
He kicked 9.
Rui.
There it is. All right, we'll let you go, great man.
Awesome. Yep,
Go
great
and
to
head
catch
up the coverage for 7 tonight.
Well done, boys. You guys are killing it on the rush hour. Love the show.
Brecky's flying
Brecky's
too.
flying.
St Kilda legend Nick Riewoldt on the rush hour, everyone. Join us now. We got the mayor
Mayor.
of Adelaide, Mark Ricciuto.
Hands together for the superstar.
Boo, boo.
What's happened with Tom Stewart?
Oh, you poisoned him. Someone over here, he was all right Tuesday night. He was over here doing a promotion for the Festival of Footy, and now he's crooking the gut. So what's happened?
He got sick. Perfect.
Oh, mate. What?
The room service.
Isaac Rankin, is he playing? Yes or no to all the supporters here, Roo?
Yes. No, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully. We'd love him to play. He's obviously a superstar and make a big difference.
How are Geelong going to attend to the three-headed monster? Fogg, Tex, and Riles.
I think they got Blixarves,
Yes.
DeConing,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Guthrie.
They've
Guthrie.
got enough stock down there. They're pretty good down there.
They're not bad. The midfield's the key. I think Adelaide's midfield very, very good since you left.
Yes, that's right. Will Paddy Dangerfield play in the midfield tonight, Bill? or
He'll
not?
play forward and start there, kick a couple, then he'll go in the midfield. He's playing nearly his best footy he's ever played, Roo.
He's won a Brownlow.
No, but I'm telling you, at 34, he's unbelievable.
How many beers have you had?
Yeah, how many?
Mate, I was with you today. We weren't having a drink, were we?
No.
With he was up there with Wayne Carey. One is All-Australian 7 times. The other one's All-Australian 8 times.
And Duck doesn't like the fact that you got him, does he?
No, he always points out I had 4 on the bench.
you were picked 4 times on the bench.
Doesn't matter.
all right.
Still got to get in the side.
How many
weak.
How many did you make?
1
And?
on the bench.
Roo, let me ask you this question. Now we all look at the amazing career of Dusty Martin. We saw what Jason Horne-Francis did last week. We see, of course, what Danger's doing now. Did you start that position of a power midfielder who then just snuck forward and hit the scoreboard? Were you the first to do that?
No, I think there was a lot of others.
Who? Who else?
I don't know. I wasn't
No
watching
one
back
else.
then. Lee Matthews did pretty well. He kicked 900
Yeah, but he was a
goals.
rover. He was bloody.
He was a he-man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Everyone's
Tell
doing
me.
it now. You were the first to do that.
No, that's not true.
What's the best game you've ever played for the Adelaide Crows?
Bill, why are you asking questions like that?
Well, I'd like to know.
I don't like pumping. You tell me.
I can't remember. What's the best game you've ever played? Because you, interestingly enough, said last night at home at Waikerie was the best game you've ever played.
No, I said that was the best game I've played in.
Ah, right.
And there was 45 goals in the grand
I can't
final.
see. The bloody sun's got me in the eyes, Roo. I've had to move.
Who are the best 3 Crows, Roo?
Best 3.
What?
Yes.
In the history of the club?
In the history of the club. Best 3 Crows.
Outside of himself?
No, he's got to put himself in.
No, I'm not putting myself in excitement or just overall
Just
package.
the 3 bloody best
All right,
Crows.
McLeod,
Yes. Who else?
Wiedemann.
Today.
Hart,
Ben Hart.
Rodney Maynard?
Goodwin.
Oh, Goody. Yes, I love Goody.
Who have I missed?
Oh, you missed.
Danger.
No, he didn't play enough games.
Who else have you missed?
Edwards.
Jarman. Darren Jarman was a
He only
bloody.
played 100 games.
Oh, jeez.
Romano
Good
Negri.
grand finals.
Tex.
Tex.
Ronnie Negri.
X is up there now for sure.
Jeez. Where do you place yourself? Are you better than all those?
4th.
No, Reese.
How is Brecky going, please, with
He's going good.
the red-headed fat ass?
Yeah, Ditz is going well. Loz is holding court.
Yeah, Loz is
He's
magnificent.
keeping us together.
He's the best.
We're going all right, actually. It's
Yeah,
good
bloody
fun.
hell, really good.
How's the rush hour going?
Beautifully.
Good, because our breakfast is going very well.
Oh, it is. Mick's going and
Nick in the morning.
Crew. Now, the pubs over here, how many?
Just one. We've
Right.
sold the Alma, which we had for a long time, and bought the Barker up in Mount Barker,
Oh,
which is where
nice.
they've had gather around the last couple of years. Sort of one of the fastest growing areas in
Yep.
South Australia. So
Pete Hurley, you still...
Pete Hurley's there. Yep. So, yeah, get up there and have a beer.
Exactly. Now, we had a luncheon today, and it was a bit about concussion, which was
Yes.
a really good discussion.
Yep.
And you've had a bit of concussion, Roo.
Yes, I have.
How do you feel at the minute? Are you okay? How's your body?
I'm fine.
Oh, it's not about his body if it's concussion.
Well, how's your head?
It's fine. Why, am I sounding like I'm not, or?
A bit slow, and you look like a googie egg. But how is it?
You might eat me if I look like a cookie egg.
How is it?
No, I'm all
Because how
good.
many times do you reckon you got knocked out?
10 to 20, I had a concussion probably.
10 to 20 over your career.
Yeah,
Are you concerned?
not really.
No?
You also applied a bit of concussion.
Yeah, I gave a few.
He gave a few out. Who was it?
Oh, Dean Kemp.
No, that
Oh,
was-
my God.
That was,
Subi.
he was unlucky.
He was, mate. I don't think he woke up for a week, Dean Kemp.
We were looking at some footy last night out at Footy Park. They were the good old days, weren't they,
It was a
Roo?
great oval. It was a brilliant oval. I mean, every week we played down there, it was full. And we didn't know any different. I think I said on the was on the front bar last night. Footy Park was a great oval until, we built a stadium with a roof over its head in Melbourne, and I loved playing. A couple of years before I was playing at Wakery with cars around the outside tooting horns, and the next thing I was playing with a stadium with a roof over it. And the surface was a bit shifty for a couple of years, but knowing you were going to have perfect conditions every time you played was amazing. They did the MCG up, and then, they did Adelaide Oval up, which was
best thing ever.
Brilliant.
So we talked about the best players for Adelaide.
Yes.
But the most exciting footballer I reckon I've nearly ever seen is Tony Modra. And Roo and I are sort of about the same age. You're younger, but so I grew up came here in those years when you were playing down there with Mods. That was ridiculous, the sizzle around that bloke.
The first year I played was 1993, and he kicked 129 goals. Didn't even win the Coleman. He was second to Gary Apples.
Yes.
But Mods was amazing. All he had to do was put it with a little bit of flight or put it out in front, and he'd catch it. He took speckies probably every second week, kicked bags every second week. He was unbelievable.
Also, Roo, hard to explain to people that didn't live here, the rock star he was.
Yeah, he was huge. I mean, I was going out at the age of 17, 18, and the crowd seriously did flock to him.
Yep.
He still is a mega star in Adelaide. Great fella Mods, and lucky to have played with him. And you talked about exciting players, Darren Jum. And
I saw him at Liv. He's a really good bloke.
Andrew any good?
Not quite Darren, but, he doesn't like being the poor cousin. No, poor brother. Andrew on his day was bloody brilliant as well.
Neil Baum. So what's he brought to the club?
He's just finding his way at the moment in Adelaide. He's probably learning the list and everything. I mean, we know how much he's done in footy over 50 years, so he's going to be, a great connection for the board. So looking forward to having Barmy on board for sure.
Any more kids?
Nah, stopped at 6.
All done?
Youngest one's 9.
Right.
Still
oldest one's 18 now.
lock them up in the tennis court?
Nah, they're out now. They're on the driving cars and drinking and
Playing footy?
playing footy.
And Duck's in town?
Yes, Wayne Francis is in town.
And
so
what, just lurking around, or what's he actually...
doing what
looking
Duck does.
fit?
He is fit.
He is so fit. Jeez, he looks good. But what was that like when he came to Adelaide for those 2 years? I think he gave up pick number 2 for him.
Daniel Wells.
It wasn't a great...
It was a very solid 2 years on and off.
Well, you won a Brownlow during that year.
And he reminds me I come first and second and won the best and fairest both years. So
it was good
he
for
takes
you.
a lot of credit for that. But no, he's a great fella, Duck. And he's a good mate.
Excellent. I love it. Hey, is Roo sticking around? Is he got to go?
We've got a present for him. The Rush Hour socks.
He won't. He doesn't want a pair of
Yes.
Rush
No,
Hour
I
socks.
do.
Yes.
You can never have too many white socks.
Rush Hour.
In my house with 6 kids and 2 parents, there's a lot of socks all over the
Good.
joint. So
They're yours.
thanks for those. That's the best thing you've ever gave me.
Hands together for the great Mark Ricciuto. What a legend. That would be nice.
Bloody oath.
Where have we got the boss? Here he is.
Yeah, on the back door.
Hands
There he
together
is.
for
Champion
the
of South
Premier.
Australia, Peter Malinauskas.
The number one man
Hello, Sparrow.
has turned this already magnificent state into
he's a
something
star.
quite spectacular. Put them on, Pete. Get you sorted.
Oh, what a man.
Festival of footy, though. How good is that?
The whole thing's nuts.
Do you want a beer, Pete, or you had a couple last night?
I didn't have any last night. I've got to give a speech in a minute.
Oh,
I've got to give a speech in a minute. Otherwise, I'd...
Well, are you sure? I was watching last night. You're out the front of Penfolds there, and you did the kick. It was a beautiful kick and hit the cameraman.
They said hit the camera, and I said, what, you serious? They said, yeah, have a go. I said, now that you want me to hit it, I'm going to miss it.
No, and you hit the cameraman.
Yeah, it was flush.
are you still playing Amos?
Nah, I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah, I'm done. Like, I had a moment. We were playing out against Kilburn in an elimination final, and it was god-awful embarrassing. I thought, yeah, I'm done.
I tell you what, Jim,
That
last
happened to
night.
Bill the back half of his career.
Yeah, the last 4 years, but still got paid. It was a double drop too, Jim, last night.
It was double-handed.
Yeah, double.
I don't pretend otherwise.
Yes, good work. Hey, what about also, speaking of the front bar last night, they put a photo of you.
Oh, yep.
How old are you there, Pete, when you're at the
That's
footy?
97, so I'll be 16.
Mate, that was unbelievable, like a real Port Adelaide nuffy.
Mate, that's absolute nuffy. So I'm surrounded by Crow supporters there. That's the first showdown,
Which Port won?
which Port won. No one gave us a chance. And I know what that moment was.
What?
That was when Gavin Wanganeen chased down Andrew McLeod. I reckon it was in the second quarter of the game. And it was a cracking tackle, holding the ball, and I went nuts, and everyone around me wanted to kill me.
I know. Look, That's unbelievable.
I know,
That is a nuffy. That is unbelievable.
Hey, mate, this just gets better and better. This gather round, it's just nuts.
Yeah, it's unreal. Like, if you had told me 3 years ago would be where we are now, I probably would have said you're pulling my chain.
Yep.
But the numbers, I was on the phone to the CEO of the airport. Last year, we had more people come through the Adelaide airport at any other point in its history for a gather round. That's not surprising. But this year, it's grown by another third on top.
Wow.
Third.
Another third. The ticket sales, everything's sold out apart from, there's only a few tickets left on Saturday to the Adelaide Oval games. But the Barossa is what we're really excited about. Some of the images coming out of there, it's going to be spectacular. It really is.
50 festival of footy events starting from today until Sunday at Barossa as well.
65,000 Victorians have come over or something like
Something like that. Yeah, I think that's what they got last year, and we expect that to be bigger again this year. Yeah.
So the wine growing districts are ridiculous. So the Barossa gets a light shone on it during the course of this round, but McLaren Vale, Coonawarra, Clare, Adelaide Hills. I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches.
It is, mate. And there's 45 minutes from where we are now to McLaren Vale, half an hour to the Hills, 45 minutes to Barossa.
Yep.
Look, just a shout out if I can. If anyone that's around the players or still travelling across the border, the bounce around the Barossa service, we've got a charter, we've got a heap of buses operating a service around the Barossa, 3 different interconnected routes, 45 wineries, all on show, free. It's going to be magical. You don't have to have a ticket to the footy in the Barossa to enjoy it. And we'll be doing it again next year, all being well. So to any Victorian coming across, we can't thank you enough for making the effort.
southaustralia.com/festival of footy to find out about those hop-on, hop-off bus tours.
Well, and Pete, did I read somewhere where Tassie, who aren't even in the comp yet, haven't even got a bloody stadium yet,
Yes, Jim.
are trying to get their snout into this trough?
That's true, but I don't blame them. Bit of competition's healthy. I can't wait to see AFL footy in Tasmania. I'm a big supporter of it. I'll go. You'll go.
Oh, yeah, bloody hell.
So I wish them all the best. But if they come anywhere near gather round, they'll start to see another side to me.
and Geelong. I've heard Geelong too.
Oh, no, Geelong.
That'd be magnificent. Look at them. They love it.
Be great
They
in
love to
Geelong.
have it at Geelong. I tell you what, what's your favourite event? Premier? Live golf or gather round?
If you ask me during the golf, I'll say the golf. I love gather round, but the one that we're really proud of is the Adelaide Test match.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh.
It is still unique, and this year with the Christmas Test, it's like I love watching the Boxing Day. It's special, but it's a cauldron.
Yeah.
It's a coliseum. At Adelaide Oval, it's a festival, and I mean that's true over the next few days. But for the cricket, the Ashes, back to a day format, a couple of days before Christmas, it's going to be electric.
We're at the back, JB. It's amazing at the cricket.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've only lost about 5 years of my life out the back there. Speaking of the cricket, what about the Sackers?
Oh,
Now
mate.
champions.
Mate.
How good was that?
It's been 29 years between drinks.
Yeah.
You were there the last time.
Yeah, it was-
I ran on that ground.
Did
It
you?
was, oh, my word, I did.
Jeez, he's enough.
That's why people love him.
I know.
This is,
That's
I'll
so
tell you, during that Shield match, that Shield final, 95, 96,
yep.
I was at school with a blazer on. I never wore a blazer. And I was wearing it because I had a transistor radio in my breast pocket of the jacket and ran a cord down my arm and was sitting in class leaning on the earpiece listening to that. And that Paul Nobes innings.
Yep.
No.
That was the first innings.
First innings, yeah. It was amazing.
And then the wickets started falling, and you would have been bloody like all of us, crapping yourself.
And then it almost was repeat this year.
Yes.
3 for 20 odd.
I know.
The biggest run chase in the history of Shield finals.
Yep.
And somehow we got it done.
Who's your favourite? Hetty?
Yes, he's a lad. But he didn't play in the final.
No.
Alex Carey.
Alex
saved the day.
Carey, yeah.
But no, Travis Head, he's doing big things in India at the moment.
Yes. Well, I was at Live Fat.
Yes,
And I was at the cellar door, which Pete looks after me with every year.
Oh.
And
Every year.
We talked about Mods being a rock
That
star.
couldn't get in there.
I'm standing next to the Premier.
Yeah.
Selfies, people coming from left, right, and centre.
no,
It was
no,
like Mick Jagger was in there.
No. Look, mate, the state's in a good spot. We've got a bit of momentum. The economic story is powerful, and look, the South Australia's economic trajectory is not where it is now. We haven't been accustomed to, and we're outperforming the rest of the country. We just want to keep that going because that improves living standards. But gather round helps, but mainly because it helps us tell a story about the state and makes the rest of the country look at South Australia just a little bit differently, and we welcome that.
Do you look across the border and think, poor old Vix?
Well, I've asked, how many times have I asked you to come and take us over?
No. The Victoria's got lots of good things to offer. Most of that being
Tax.
coming over here for gather round.
Yeah, taxes and more taxes. What do you got, Rabs? Oh, we got a presentation for you, Premier.
No, don't embarrass the Premier.
The rush hour socks, they are magnificent.
You beauty. I like it. I like the longer socks.
No, they're good.
I like the longer socks. I'm still wearing. Are they out of fashion yet? But I'm still wearing.
I
them.
know.
I wear them.
Okay.
Wear them, love them. What are you giving him, 2
Yeah,
pairs?
2 pairs, because he's
there
a
we go.
Premier.
There we go. You get 2 pairs.
I'll be
Who's your favourite Port Adelaide player ever?
ever.
Ever.
Truth.
Dwayne Russell?
Mate, I like Dwayne. No, okay, so if you say the pre-AFL era,
Yeah.
it's hard to go past a Scotty Hodges. You know,
Oh,
kicked
you
a
like
lot
him,
of goals.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Number
there was
13.
there was a bloke.
Russell Ebert.
Right, well, I mean,
legend.
superstar, but that was a bit before my time. George Fiarchi.
George,
the
oh,
Fiat.
no.
Yeah.
Georgie
He
Fiat.
wouldn't be listening to
Oh,
this.
no.
No, I'll tell you why. Because
George
he was the epitome of Port Adelaide grit. Grit. Right?
George.
See ball, get ball. In the modern era, at the moment, I've got a bit of a. Use a term I shouldn't have. I've got a bit of I'm very keen on Jason Horn-Farrens.
Yeah,
the way he goes
Hard
for
not
it,
to beat,
he's hard. And he was back at his best last week.
Bloody hell.
But we're going to need lots of that come Sunday night.
And who wins tonight?
I think the Crows win tonight. Yeah, I'm sorry, Billy.
I didn't think you liked the Crows.
This is the one game of the year where I'm pretty honest with Crow supporters. They're my Port man and not much else. But tonight I like to see the Crows win, hopefully, because it gets the city fired up. I think the Crows win. But what's this about Tom Stewart? Is that
Out.
been
Yeah,
Port.
laid out.
Yeah, so
Laid
that's and Isaac Rankin. What's going on?
He's out, I think.
They'll get a
Tom
test.
Stewart got poisoned.
What's that?
He's been poisoned. He's got gastro.
That's not
I
good.
reckon someone's poisoned him.
From Adelaide.
Got him.
That
An Adelaide Crows chef somewhere is from
well, they like to portray themselves as the sort of genteel types,
Yeah.
but don't underestimate their desire to win.
Exactly, bloody right. Now, what are you got to do all weekend? Are you
Flat out.
attending all the games and everything, or can you enjoy any of
the
it?
first year I thought, this would be awesome. I'm going to watch heaps of footy and saw none. So I think tomorrow I'm like speaking at 2 breakfasts, 5 lunches, all these business and investor lunches,
Actually.
and I don't know. No.
Not allowed,
That's
Bill.
Billy's job.
I know you wouldn't do that.
That's
Pete.
Billy's
I know you wouldn't do.
There's just a lot of attention. I've got to make the most of it for the state.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the weekend, the one game I'm going to, I'll watch the footy tonight, but the one game I'm really watching is
The finish.
Sunday night. Yeah.
Imagine if Port win that.
That would, well, I am imagining
What would you
it.
do?
I'd have
This one? Oh, no, you're doing that one. Sorry.
Yeah, you've had a few of these. Nuffy style.
Pete, you have bloody put this joint on the map. It was a great state anyway, and you've taken over
Thanks so much.
and sent it through the bloody stratosphere. Well done.
And thanks to everyone who travels across. It's the Victorians and everyone else who travels that actually really make
Well
it. So
done.
we appreciate it. Cheers.
Thank you, mate.
Billy's joke.
I'll tell you what really disgusts me, Jim.
What?
And Ryan.
What?
Porn and nudity on the TV.
Right.
Morning and night, just filth. Guess what I saw the other night?
What?
On my TV, Jim.
What?
It was a little faded, but a fat, hairy bloke, totally nude, had his little doodle. It was disgusting.
Yes.
Then I realised I hadn't turned the TV on yet.
No. That's not funny. Is that funny?
Yeah! Hang on, we'll get it. Everyone love that joke? Yes! Anyone didn't like it?
Yeah, Freo man up the back. He hated it. So you looked at the reflection of yourself.
That would be the joke.
Right,
yes.
I see. Yeah, okay.
Well, it is
That's not
tiny.
bad.
We've all seen Munich.
Well, we have seen Munich.
Actually, that
With
was
your tiny little
acorn.
acorn.
Acorn. What do
Pixelated.
you think of that joke, Nan?
Not happy
Rubbish,
with it.
she said.
Rubbish.
No, she said bloody good.
All right, Leroy.
Plastic.
Yeah! Bam, boom, wah, 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 wah.
Thank you all for coming. Love seeing you all. Brilliant.